Good morning, everyone. My name is Mugilan. The topic we are going to present today is managing strategy, which is chapter 5. So, thank you for taking the time to be here. And let's begin by exploring why this topic is important.
Hi, I'm Inshira. I'm going to talk about learning objective. So, for 5.1 is define strategic management and explain why is it important. And next is 5.2, explain what managers do during the sixth step of strategic management process. And 5.3 is describe the three type of corporate strategies. And the last one is 5.4, describe competitive advantage and the competitive strategies organization used to get it. 5.1, what is strategic management? Strategic management is what managers do to develop the organization strategies. It is important tasks involve all the basic management functions, such as planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. What are organization strategies? They are the plan for how the organization will do whenever it's in a business to do, how it will be complete successfully, and how it will attract to satisfy its customer in order to achieve its goal. One term often used to strategy management is business model, which is simply is how a company is going to make money. It's focused on two things. The first one is whether customer will value what the company is providing or whether the company can make any money doing that. For example, the company doing that business model is Dell and Walmart. So the next one are why is strategy management important? It is because it has a positive impact on performance, such as setting clear goals and aligning all activities toward them. The next one is measuring and evaluating results regularly to make improvement. When everyone knows the company's strategy, they can make a better decision that contribute to success. For example, a Asia company has a clear strategy to focus on customer satisfaction because it can design its service and training to improve a customer experience to boosting sales and reputation. The next one is help manager decide how to act in the face of change and uncertainty. Strategy management give manager a framework to analyze the situation using tools like SWOT or past analysis. It also can choose the best course of action based on long-term goals. The last one is helps complex and diverse organization work together. Strategy management ensure coordination and unity by communication and common mission and vision, and also encouraging collaboration and reducing conflict. For example, in multinational company, strategy management ensure that marketing, finance, and production team in different countries all work toward the same brand, goals, and corporate value. The next one is supporting the strategy management process. Many companies believe that only the CEO and other higher level leaders should be responsible for the strategy company. But research show broader involvement among staff improve company performance. And artificial intelligence (AI) might prove to be a useful tool to use when formulating strategy. But business managers are generally more resistant to allowing AI to generate strategy. That's all from me.
My name is Baki and I will continue this presentation. So, the strategic management process is the systematic approach of defining an organization goals, analyzing its environment, formulating, implementing and evaluating strategies to ensure long-term success and competitiveness. Let's move on to the next subtopic, which is 5.2, the strategic management process. Strategic management process is a systematic way for manager to plan and guide the company direction. It helps the organization stay focused on the goal, adapt to changes, and stay competitive. The first one is identify mission, visions, and goals. It is define what the company stands for, what it wants to become, and what it aims to achieve. These give clear directions and purpose. The second one is analyze the environment. Study internal and external factors like competition, economy, technology, and resources. Use tools such as SWOT to find strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. The third one is formulate the strategies, which is create plan that use strength and opportunities while reducing weakness and threat. Strategy can be for the company, market, or departments. The next one is implement the strategy. Put the plan into action by managing resources, assigning tasks, and motivating employee. The last one is evaluate result, check progress, and compare result with goals. If needed, make change to improve performance. This slide shows step 1 of the strategic management process, which is find out the company mission, goals and strategy. The mission is Asia wants to be the best employee, build a famous Asian brand and build technology to keep high quality at low cost. It also aims to let everyone fly by offering cheap fares, but the motto is now everyone can fly. The goals that Asia wants to dominate market by increasing its market share in Malaysia by 45% overall and 70% domestic, reaching 70 million fly-through passenger by 2025. In short, this step helps Asia know what it wants to achieve and how to reach it. Okay, this slide shows Asia's strategy focusing on network and connectivity. By 2025, Asia plans to launch 30 new routes to improve both Asian and global connection. The airline also aims to strengthen fly-through services and build mega hubs to make travel smoother for passengers. On the right side, we see the component of mission statement, which include aspects like customers, market, philosophy, products or services, technology, and concern for employees. These elements help a company like AirAsia defines its purpose, values, and goal clearly. So overall, this slide connects AirAsia's strategic plan with the core mission statement component, showing how the company to grow and serve customer better worldwide.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nur Farhana Shazwani binti Jumadin and I will continue with the step 2, which is doing an external analysis. The external analysis is the process of evaluating factors outside the company, such as economy, competition and market trends, to identify opportunities and threats that could affect the business. Opportunities is external factor that can be taken advantage of for benefit or growth. For example, fly-through routes expansion, the launch of 30 new routes enable AirAsia to become a network carrier connecting passengers via AirAsia hubs. Next is threats. Threat is external factor that can have negative effect or challenges for company. For example, rising fuel cost and currency exchange, rising jet fuel price and ringgit volatility could strengthen the core low-cost model. For threats, managing need to develop defense strategy, which is we will look at step 4 to reduce the risk. They cannot control the price of oil, but they can control the company respond to it. Okay, the third step is doing internal analysis. Internal analysis is the process of evaluating on organization internal factors such as resources, capability, and process to identify strength and weakness. Strength is internal factor that provide advantage to an organization or individual. For example, integrate digital ecosystem, owning non-aviation revenue generating platform such as the Asia Move, Teleport, BigPay that support group revenue. In this part, IT and digital manager ensure that this platform function and contribute to revenue. And weakness is internal factor that become deficiency or obstacles. For example, capabilities management challenging that covering all either aircraft and integrating 15 new aircraft in a short period of time requires an efficient supply chain and workforce. In this part, operation manager need to identify the supply chain weaknesses and workforce shortages. Okay, now we will continue with step 4 is formulating strategy. The process of developing a plan to achieve organization goals. It involves two main types. First is analyzing the company internal and external environment, or better we know is SWOT analysis. Next, setting objective and creating a course of action. This means determine what needs to be done, when, how, where, and with whom to achieve the set goals. In this strategy formulation step, the role manager, especially top manager and unit manager, very important. Top manager responsibility for setting the vision and mission, formulating the overall corporate strategy, and ensure coherence between all strategic under it. They also act as key discussion maker. while unit manager, they contribute the detailing and implementation, formulating competitive and functional strategic data corporate guidelines. They also function strategic data corporate guideline. They also function as a leader and facilitator to the respective teams to ensure that success of the unit strategy. And this formulation process is broken down into the three main steps to ensure every part of the organization is moving in the same direction. Okay, the first one is corporate. Corporate is the higher level long-term plan of a company. Okay, for example, is fully complete the PN17 group factoring process to create financial stable. This is include the merge of aviation unit which will form a more focused corporate structure. Next is competitive. Competitive is how to gain a competitive advantage. For example, is implemented a strict cost leadership model to flood the market with low fare while launching 30 plus fly-through routes to gain an advantage and network carrier in Asia. This suggestion a dual strategic approach, low cost and wide net. Next is functional. Functional is how each unit function, such as marketing, HR, and operation will support corporate and competitive strategies. Okay. Operation, for example, operation overcoming capacity challenges by recovering all idle aircraft and reserving 14 new aircraft, supported by an optimized supply chain. This action directly support the competitive strategy of launching more routes. And next example is finance. Finance means employment prudent heading of curriculums and full to reduce external threats. This is an important step to support a cost leadership strategy by controlling key expenses. Okay, we go to the next step is step 5, implementing strategy. Step 5 need to think to link planning with operation. This involves resources allocation, structural modification, organizational culture management, and most importantly, the daily action of each employee. In the implementation phase, the manager are changed from planning to leading, allocating resources and supporting. Okay, let's see for the point 1, solving corporate problem. The finance manager is responsibility for ensuring strict cost control and smooth unit measure in accordance with regulation, as well as managing financial liabilities. For the point 2 is activating full operation capacity. Operation manager need to ensure that the part supply chain is optimized, technician are trained, and aircraft recovery schedule are made to maximize flight capacity. For the point 3 is the marketing manager is responsibility for managing target marketing, while the network manager is responsible for designing profit flight schedule with a good connecting. For the last point is functional coordination. HR management responsibility for ensuring sufficient flight crew have the right skill to operate the new aircraft and maintaining a culture of the cost leadership. For the IT manager, responsibility for ensuring the reservation system and daily operation like check-in are efficient and cost effective. Step 6, evaluating result. Evaluating result determine the effectiveness of strategy that have been implemented, identify performance gaps, and make necessary correcting discussion. In this part, top manager and financial manager responsibility for evaluating key financial metrics such as profit margin, return on investment. Determine whether corporate strategy, for example, restructuring, have achieved financial stability. For example, manager monitor and evaluate progress toward PN17 status revolution and measure whether the company profit margin can overcome the threats of high fuel costs. This requires a detailed analysis of the financial statement. If the profit margin does not increase even with restructuring, it may indicate that the new business model is not yet effective or that external pressure, full cost, are too strong. Manager need to identify the root cause and report it to the board. And the next is evaluating operation manager periodly review the load factor and number of aircraft operating on the new route to measure the successful of the SO flight-through strategy. If the load factor of the new flight-through route is low, this indicate that the marketing and network strategy implemented in the step 5 is not effective. This could be due to poor promotion of flight schedule that are not suitable for connecting passengers. So tactical corrective action are taken. They will make immediately operation adjustment within there until to ensure that daily and weekly objectives are met. For the last example is taking correction action. If targets are not met, load factor is too low, manager make immediately discussion later to increase promotion, change flight schedule, or re-examine the functional low-cost strategy. Correction action is the most important part. It requires the courage and flexibility to admit failure and make change, thus restarting the strategy management process loop.
Hi everyone. So I'll be talking about corporate strategy, also known as organizational strategy. So what is corporate strategy? Corporate strategy is the overall plan that defines a company's direction, scope, and goals at highest level. It focuses on how the entire organization creates value and competes successfully across different businesses or markets. In simple terms, it's about deciding where the company should compete and how it can grow successfully across different markets and industries. This strategy helps a company answer several important questions, such as should the company expand into new industries, should it sell or shut down an unprofitable business, and also how the company managed and coordinate its different business units so all of them work together towards the same organizational goals. So now let's look at the main purpose of an organizational strategy. First, it helps to define the scope of the business, whether the company should stay focused on one industry or diversify into multiple areas. Second, it aims to create value and competitive advantage, ensuring all the business units together generate greater profits than they would individually. Third, it allows the company to allocate resources effectively by deciding where to invest in its capital, manpower, and technology. And finally, it helps to ensure long-term growth by identifying new market opportunities or promoting innovation within the organization. For example, Google's parent company, Alphabet Incorporation, uses a corporate strategy that involves managing multiple businesses such as Google Search, YouTube, Waymo, self-driving cars, and Verily, healthcare technology. So, Alphabet's strategy focuses on innovation and diversification, ensuring that success in one area supports investment in others. This means the profit from Google Search and YouTube, for instance, can help fund the development of new technologies like self-driving cars or healthcare projects. In short, an organizational strategy is the main framework that guides a company in deciding what to do, where to compete, and how to achieve long-term success. So, now let's look at the types of organizational strategies. Organizational strategies are plans that guide a company's direction and decisions. They are usually divided into three levels. The first level is corporate strategy, the second level is business strategy, and the third level is functional strategy. Each level focuses on different aspects of organization, ensuring that the company work effectively from top management into individual departments. So, the first level is corporate level strategy, which is the highest level of strategy. At this level, the company decides what businesses or industries it wants to operate in and how to create value across its different businesses. For example, Alphabet Incorporation, the parent company of Google, chooses to operate in several areas including search engines, Google Search, video streaming, YouTube, self-driving technology, Waymo, and healthcare technology, Verily. So, the goal of corporate strategy is to make sure all these businesses work together to create long term value. The second level is competitive strategy, also called business level strategy. Here, each business unit or strategy business unit focuses on how to compete successfully in its specific markets. For example, YouTube focuses on competing in the video streaming market, and Waymo focuses on self-driving car technology. Each business unit figures out the best way to compete in its market, but it does so in a way that supports the company's bigger picture. The third level is functional level strategy, which is focused on day-to-day operations of each department within a business unit. Each department has its own role in helping the business succeed. The first department is research and development, which is R&D. The department is responsible for creating new products and improving existing ones. For example, R&D at YouTube might focus on new features for platform, while at Waymo it might focus on improving self-driving car technology. The second department is manufacturing. The team ensures that products are processed efficiently, safely, and with high quality. Their work directly affects the cost of production and the overall reliability of the product. And the third department is marketing. Marketing promotes the company's product and connects with customers. They develop campaigns, advertising, and strategies to increase brand awareness and sales. And the fourth department is human resources. HR manages the company's workforce, including hiring, training, and employee development. They ensure the company has the right talent to achieve its goals and maintain the positive work environment. The last department is finance. The finance department manages budgets, investment, and profitability. They monitor costs, allocate resources, and provide financial insights to support decision making across the company. In short, the functional strategies make sure that each department works efficiently and supports the goal of the business unit, which is turn aligns with overall corporate strategy. So now let's look at what are the types of corporate strategies. Types of corporate strategies refer to the main approaches that top management uses to decide how the entire organization should grow and compete across multiple businesses or industries. There are four main types of corporate strategies commonly used. The first one is growth strategy, and the second one is stability strategy, and the third one is renewal strategy. So, what is growth strategy? A growth strategy is a plan developed by management to increase the company's size, sales, profits, or market influence over time. The goal is to make the business bigger, more profitable, or both. There is four main common approaches to growth strategy. The first one is concentration, and the second one is vertical integration. The third one is horizontal integration, and the fourth one is diversification. The concentration strategy focuses on expanding the company's existing business within its current industry or market. Instead of entering the new industries, the company deepens its presence in what it already does best. So let's see how it works. The company may increase market share by attracting competitors' customers, improve or expand existing products or services, strengthen marketing, sales, or customers' relationship. For example, Coca-Cola focusing on selling more of its soft drinks through stronger advertising, promotions, and global distribution rather than entering unrelated industries. For another example, McDonald's adding new menu items like McCafe drinks to attract more customers within the fast food markets. The second one is vertical integration strategy. Vertical integration strategy means expanding control along the supply chain, either towards suppliers backward or towards customers forward. There are two main types of vertical integration strategy. In backward integration strategy, the company moves upstream, it takes over or creates its own suppliers. So the goal of backward integration strategy is reduce depending on suppliers, lower costs, and ensure quality and supply stability. For example, Starbucks buying coffee farms and roasting facilities to control the quality of its coffee beans. In forward integration, the company moves downstream and it takes over or creates its own distribution or retail channels. So the main goal of forward integration strategy is to get closer to customers, increase control over pricing, and improve customers' experience. For example, Apple opening its own Apple Store instead of depending on third-party retailers. The third one is horizontal integration strategy. Horizontal integration strategy means expanding by acquiring, merging with, or collaborating with competitors in the same industry and at the same production level. So, the main goal of horizontal integration strategy is to increase market share, reduce competition, and achieve economical of scale. So, let's see how it works. The company might grow by combining with others offering similar products or services. For example, Facebook acquiring Instagram and WhatsApp to strengthen its position in social media market. The fourth one is diversification strategy. Diversification involves in entering new industries or markets that are different from the company's current business. It used to spread risk and find new sources of growth. There are two main types of diversification strategy. The first one is related diversification and unrelated diversification. In related diversification, the company enters a new business related to its existing operations, sharing technology, skills, or customers. For example, Nike expanding from sports shoes to sports apparel and accessories. Disney moving from movies to theme parks and merchandise. The second one is unrelated diversification. The company enters a completely different industry with no direct connection to its existing business, and the main goal of unrelated diversification is reduce risk by spreading across different markets. For example, Tata Group from India operates in car, steels, hotels, and IT. So, here we know that the industries are very different.
My name is Farzana and I will explain about stability and renewal strategy. Stability strategy, a corporate strategy in which an organization continues to do what it is currently doing. The aim is to maintain current performance as business conditions are still stable and profitable. For example, Milo choose to continue producing and marketing existing product without introducing new product because sales are still high and customers are loyal to the brand. They focus on maintaining quality and existing markets, not expanding or changing. For renewal strategy, a corporate strategy designed to address declining performance. The goal is to fix weakness, overcome problem and restore profit. For example, phone company like Nokia experienced a decline in sale when smartphone became popular. To overcome this problem, Nokia implemented a renewal strategy by switching to Android system and collaborating with other companies to re-establish its position in the market. Corporate Strategy Manage BCG, Boston Consulting Group. Metric is a strategy tool that guides resource allocation decision on the basis of market share and growth rate of SBU, Strategic Business Unit. First, STAR. This product usually generate a lot of income but also require high investment to continue to grow. Second, Cash Cow. It generates a lot of profit consistently and does not require large investment. Third, question marks. This product has the potential to become star but also risks becoming dog if it fails to develop. Fourth, dogs. These products are usually unprofitable and do not have the potential to grow. Star, a product or business unit that has a high market share and it is rapidly growing market. This product usually generate a lot of income but also require high investment to continue to grow. For example, iPhone has a high market share and it is in a market that is still growing rapidly. Cash cow, a product or unit that has a high market share but is in a market that is no longer growing. It generates a lot of profit consistently and does not require large investment. For example, Microsoft Office. Question marks. Products that have a low market share but are in a rapidly growing market. These products have the potential to become a star but also risk becoming dogs if they fail to grow. For example, BYD, the electric car market is growing rapidly, but new brands are still not established and market share is low. Dog, products that have a low market share and are in underdeveloped market. These products are usually unprofitable and have no potential for growth. For example, Nokia, the market is small and no longer growing because it has to compete with modern smartphones such as iPhone, Samsung, and so on. Competitive strategy, an organizational strategy for how an organization will compete in its business. The purpose is to win customer, increase profit, and outperform competitor in the same industry. For example, Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. This company competes through promotional strategy and the introduction of new products such as Coke Zero to attract health-conscious consumer. Strategic business unit. The single independent business of an organization that formulate their own competitive strategy, like Nestle has many subs such as Milo, Nescafe, KitKat. For example, Milo may focus on marketing strategy to students, meanwhile Nescafe which target adult. The role of competitive advantage. Competitive advantage, what set an organization apart its distinctive edge. Competitive advantage can stem from quality, low cost, technology, and other factors. For quantity, offering a better and more reliable product or service than competitor. High quality, increase customer satisfaction and loyalty. For example, Toyota is known for the quality and durability of its car, making them the top choice of customer around the world because they rarely break down. For low cost, producing product at lower cost, allowing for cheaper selling process without affecting profit. Usually achieved through operational efficiency and mass production. For example, AirAsia uses a low-cost strategy to attract customers with affordable prices. For technology, using innovation and technological advancement to speed up process, improve product or create something new, technology can be a key differentiator for a company. For example, Apple used advanced technology in the design of the iPhone and its ecosystem system, App Store, iCloud. Meanwhile, Android using Google Play. For other factors, excellent customer service, brand image, strategic location, highly skilled workforce. Net has a strong brand image associated with performance and active lifestyle and success.
My name is Mara and I will continue with this slide. For my part, I'm going to explain about what is sustaining competitive advantage. As you guys know, economy mode is a company has a strong protection that keeps competitor from taking its market share or profit easily. It helps the company maintain success for a long time. For example, Nestle Malaysia is a good example of a company with an economy mode. It is strong brands like Milo and Maggi protect long-term market share and profit. There's five forces model. which is the threat of a new entrants, threat of substitutes. Number 3 is bargaining power of buyers, and number 4, bargaining power of supplies, and lastly, current rivalry. I'm gonna talk about the first one is the threat of a new. I'm gonna talk about the first one is the threat of a new entrance, which is the risk that a new competitor will enter the market and challenge existing players. For example, Telekom Malaysia is a fixed high entry barriers for new competitors due to high network infrastructure costs and government licensing requirement. Number 2 is the threat of substitutes, which is the threat that alternative product or service could replace existing offering. For example, GrabFood and Foodpanda face a strong threat of substitutes as a restaurant can create their own delivery service or partner with the other local platforms, offering similar convenience to customers. Number 3 is bargaining power of buyer. When the buyer have the ability to influence price or demand higher quality. So the example is a Shopee. Shopee is experience higher buyer power because customer can easily compare price and which to other online platforms, which forces a shopper to offer discounts, a voucher, and better service to return customers. For number 4 is a bargaining power of supplies. The ability of supplies to affect input price or quality. For example, protons supplier have moderate to high bargaining power since the company relies on specific components and technology from Geely and other specialized supplies, which limits Proton's ability to switch easily. Number 5 is current rivalry. The intensity of the competition among existing firms in the market. For example, AirAsia and Malaysia Airlines face intense rivalry as both compete in pricing, service quality, and destination coverage, and pushing each company to continuously improve customer experience. So you can to the next slide. Choosing a competitive strategy. For number 1 is a cost leadership strategy. In this part, the company aims to become the lowest cost producer in the industry. It focuses on efficiency, large-scale production, and cost control to offer lower price and attract price-sensitive customers. I think so. So, Mr. Daiwa is the example. For Mr. Daiwa is maintains low price by purchasing in bulk, using efficient logistics and controlling operation costs. Number 2 is differentiation strategy. The company offers a unique product or service that have a higher perceived value. It focuses on innovation, quality, design, or brand image. Customers are willing to pay more for this unique feature. For example, Bata. Bata is make a product which is comfort and stylish footwear. For quality materials and stylish design, both a strong brand image as a reliable and fashionable footwear. So, attract customer who wants both style and comfort. So, number 3 is focus strategy. The company targets a specific customer group or niche market in tailors in its products or service to meet the special need of the segment. The strategy can focus on either cost or differentiation within the needs. For example, Bata focus on the student segment by selling affordable or durable school shoes. Or this is a cost focus. This is a cost focus strategy because it is target a specific group, which is the student with the low prices. So number 4 is a stuck in the middle. In this case, the company fails to choose between cost leadership and differentiation. It ends up with no clear strategy, making it weak in both price and uniqueness, and losses in competitive edge. For example, Giant Malaysia is a lost market share because it tried to offer both low price and premium products, just causing confusion among customers. So to end next, we go into differentiation strategy. Mm, uh, Start with number one is transfer technology from one division to another. Sharing new technology or innovation from one department to other to improve overall performance and efficiency. For example, Petronas transfer advanced drilling technology from its upstream division to its downstream operation to increase productivity and reduce costs. Number two is invest in R&D, which is research and development. Invest in R&D is spending on research and innovation to create new products or improve existing ones, giving the company a unique advantage. For example, Top Golf invests in R&D to enable energy-free latex glove and making its products more attractive to global customers. Number three is improve the process, enhancing production or service processes to increase of efficiency, quality, or speed. For example, Proton improve its car manufacturing process with automation and quality control system to produce better and safe vehicles. Number four is first mover, being the first company to enter a market or introduce a new product, gaining early market share and brand recognition. So, for example, Grab. Grab is the first major in hailing service in the region, gaining a strong customer base before competitor enter. So that's my part. Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Putri and I will continue to talk about 9.4, which is first mover advantages and disadvantages. First, you should know that being a first mover has certain strategy advantages and disadvantages. And now I will explain to you about advantages of being first mover. There are 4 advantages of being first mover, which is number 1 is reputation for being innovative and an industry leader. Number 2 is cost and learning benefits. Number 3, control over scarce resources and keeping competitors from having access to them. And lastly is opportunity to begin building customer relationship and customer loyalty. Okay, so let me explain to you in details what about reputation for being innovative and an industry leader. When a company is the first to introduce a new product or new service, it builds a strong reputation as an innovator. This also will create a perception of leadership and experts in the market. For example, Grab Malaysia. Grab Malaysia became well known as an innovative leader in the e-hailing industry, gaining trust and strong brand recognition before competitors like drivers and Maxim expanded in e-hailing industry. So the next one is cost and learning benefits. First movers gain experience in production, distribution, and marketing before competitors. By being a first mover, they can reduce costs through learning and efficiency improvement. For example, AirAsia was one of the first to popularize the low-cost airline model in Malaysia. Through years of experience, they learn how to reduce operational costs, making it difficult for later airlines to compete at the same low cost. And that's the advantages for AirAsia in the term costs and learning benefits. So next is control over scarce resources and keeping competitors from accessing them. Okay. Early entrance allows a company to secure the best suppliers or strategic locations before others, and it also makes it harder for new entrants to compete effectively. For example, Petronas secured early exploration rights to key oil and gas reserves in Malaysia and other countries, giving it full control over critical energy resources. Next one. And the last one is opportunity to begin building customer relationships and loyalty. By being a first movers, this will allow company to secure the best suppliers or strategic location before others. Because by being a first movers, customer who try the product early and are satisfied are more likely to remain loyal even if the competitors enter the market. For example, 99 Splitmart became one of the first mini market that offers affordable price and convenient shopping for daily needs across residential areas. Okay, now let's take a look at first mover advantages. There are also 4 disadvantages of being first mover, which is number 1 is uncertainty over exact direction technology and market will go. Number 2 is risk of competitors imitating innovations. Number 3, financial and strategic risk. Number 4 is high development cost. Let me explain for the first point, which is uncertainty over exact direction technology and market will go. So the first mover must invest in a market that may change or fail. Technology or consumer preference making early investment risky. For example, Chuntok entered the mobile virtual network operator MVNO market early, but consumer interest shift toward larger telcos like Mixis or Celcom makes Chuntok struggling to maintain its position. And also, not to forget, being first means taking a risk in markets that may not be ready or may change quickly. Next, to the second point is risk of competitors imitating innovation. Competitors let the first mover pioneer the innovations, then mimic their products or process, learn from their mistakes and release improved versions at lower costs without spending too much on R&D. Later competitors may also attract customers because they personalize the customer experience. For example, Facebook wasn't the first social media platform, but they improved on earlier ones like MySpace by learning from MySpace weakness. Next, financial and strategic risk. By being a first mover, when you are entering a new market, first often requires large investment in research, marketing, and infrastructure. If the market doesn't grow as expected, those costs might not be recovered. For example, MAS, which is Malaysia Airlines, invests heavily to expand internationally but face high financial risk and lose due to strong competition, high cost, and market uncertainty. The next one is the high development cost. By being a first mover, if you are creating a new product or technology from scratch, it will require high initial spending on research, product development, and education of consumers. Demand also may not grow fast enough to cover costs. For example, Telekom Malaysia (TM) spent millions building early broadband infrastructure, which is remixed and later unified. The high costs and slow returns make it difficult to sustain profits initially. Now I'm going to talk about other differentiation strategies. There are 3 other differentiation strategies, which is customer service, mass customization, and social media. The first one, customer service. Customer service involves giving customers what they want, communicating effectively with them, and providing employees with customer service training. Managers need to find out what customers like and didn't like about their purchase encounter, from their interaction with employees to their experience with the actual product or service. For example, Maybank differentiates itself through high quality customer service, 24 customer support, user-friendly MAE app, quick problem solving, and personalized banking assistance. As a result, customers trust Maybank for convenience and reliability, giving it a competitive edge over smaller banks. The second one is mass customization. Mass customization means business strategy that combines the efficiency of mass production, which is making products in a large quantities, with the personalization of customization, which is meeting individual customer needs. Other than that, company competes by offering something unique, quality, features, service, or customization, and at the same time helps companies stand out. In a simple word, they're giving what customer want, how they want it, but still producing efficiently like a large company. For example, Tilaf Malaysia creates a personalized experience, which is customer can personalize their drinks by choosing sugar level, ice level, toppings, and cup size. Okay, next is social media. By being a first movers, you can use these different strategies, which is social media. For example, what does it mean with social media? Which is you can use digital engagement, brand storytelling, and online interaction to build brand identity and community. Other than that, companies can use platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to connect with customers and create a distinct online presence. For example, Sushi King Malaysia actively engage with customer on social media by posting fun campaigns, contests, and seasonal promotions like bonanza deals. By doing these strategies, the company may build strong online brand awareness and keeps customer connected. So that is the end of our presentation. Thank you.